Hey everyone, Red Racing Man here, and today I'm going to be reviewing some Mario Kart 64 tracks. So here's how this will work. I'll review the tracks in order by cup, and then afterwards I will rank the tracks from worst to best. And after that, I will rank all of the cups from worst to best with math from the rankings. I think you have an idea on how this will work now, so let's get started. Luigi Raceway is the game's starting track, and it is fairly straightforward as you'd expect. But the track does have its eye-catching aspects, like the pretty cool tunnel midway through the track, a Luigi hot air balloon, and a good atmosphere. I like the road texture combined with the blue stand thingies. It's nice to race on too, but we can do better. Moo Moo Farm is when we get to see some actual gimmicks. While the track's just basically an oval or circle, I like the farmy atmosphere with the grasslands and cows in the background. The Monty Moles do make the track a bit more interesting too. The music is nice and funky. Another decent but straightforward track. Koopa Troopa Beach is a very relaxing track, as everything about it is relaxing. From the atmosphere, the music, and it's a pretty good track to race on too with some branching paths, ramps, and shortcuts. It is kind of weird though that Koopa isn't playable despite having his own track. He could have been a 9th playable character, but sadly we only have 8 racers. I know, off-topic discussion, let's just move on to the next track. Calamari Desert is a totally rad track. For one, the desert atmosphere of this track makes it feel really cool. The colors of the track are also perfect. The ground isn't super bright yellow like future desert tracks. The thing that really makes the track special is the terrain. It not only adds to the atmosphere of the track, it adds strategy too. As if the train is getting close, you'd have to figure out if you can snake past it or wait for it to pass. I usually try the former, but doesn't always work. So yeah, this is a really solid track. And you can also drive on the railroad, which is kind of cool, but doesn't really add anything since it's not an actual part of the track. With the Mushroom Cup complete, it's time to move on to the Flower Cup. The first track of the cup is Toad's Turnpike. This track was unlike any other track that existed at the time, as you are driving with not only other racers, but on a highway with real traffic. And oh boy, this track is a treat and totally one of the best of its concept. The track is just a figure 8, but the traffic vehicles add to the track, and the atmosphere is great. Between the nice sunset colored sky, although more so purple, the unusually relaxing and EDM style music, the track just reminds me of driving on highways in real life. It's just an awesome track to race on. And oh boy, mirror mode? Woo! You're driving against the traffic. My only problem is that super long straightaway. Could have used some boost panels, but at the same time you're dodging traffic. And there's also items on the sides of the road on Grand Prix, so it could be worse. Frappe Snowland is the first of 2 snow-themed tracks in Mario Kart 64, and is decent for a winter-themed track. It has a very cheerful song and atmosphere, a good track design, and it's just fun to race on. Not much to say here, so let's just move on. Choco Mountain is brown, like chocolate, as you'd expect, so we're basically driving on a chocolate mountain. It is a fun track to race on, as there are some nice hills and jumps, some rather mysterious fog, and the music is like Calamari Desert, but even better. So I describe this track as solid chocolate. Mario Raceway basically serves as this game's Mario circuit, and it's nothing really special. The only really memorable part of the track is when you go inside the pipe, and later tracks in future Mario Kart games do that concept better. The track is very short too, with laps usually lasting 30 seconds or less. Probably the shortest in the game. That said, it is still an okay track to race on, but definitely overshadowed. Now, onto the Star Cup, starting with Wario Stadium. This track is built like a dirt bike arena like you'd expect from the name, and it does that concept pretty well. There are plenty of jumps, turns, and the atmosphere is pretty stellar. I especially love the huge jump near the end, especially when I make one of those other racers fall down the hole, since Elekatu is lazy and eating snacks, leading to you to repeat that giant section of the track again. My only gripe with the track is that it's a little too long, usually taking 4 to 5 minutes to complete, but it's somehow not the longest track in the game. We'll get to that later. And while the music is awesome, it's the same as the Raceway theme. Its own unique theme would have been cool. The second winter themed track in this game is Sherbet Land. It is kinda like the Vanilla Lake tracks from Super Mario Kart. In fact, looking like very similar to Vanilla Lake 2 from that game. And the track isn't too bad. Ice doesn't seem too slippery to me, and shares the same cheerful music as Frappe Snowland, and the cave section is nice too. The track does look a little bland. Atmosphere could have been spruced up a bit. Now onto the last raceway track of the game, Royal Raceway. It is the best raceway track in the game, with so much to love about it. The cool pink sky, the exhilarating jump, and of course, you can explore it outside of Peach's castle, where it looks exactly like Super Mario 64's appearance. That is cool, even if it's not part of the actual route. Bowser's Castle is one challenging track. From the hard to avoid flops, sharp 90-degree turns, the skinny bridge that is easy to fall off of makes this a hard one, but the track is still awesome to race on and has totally eerie but awesome music, and the atmosphere of the track is eerie but in a good way. It is kinda strange that this is the last track of the Star Cup instead of being in the Special Cup like later Bowser's Castles, but you know what? I think this Bowser's Castle fits better as an epic concluding track, so its placement is perfect to me. Last but not least is the Special Cup. DK's Jungle Parkway is the first track of the cup, which is pretty cool. I like the jungle atmosphere of the track with the sunset-like sky, and I like the different environments we go through, from the jungle, the bridge, the cave, and of course, the huge jump over the water. I also think it's funny how if you go on the grass, you get some rocks thrown at you. Despite the cool jump, I don't like how you immediately have to turn 90 degrees afterwards immediately. That could have been executed better, but it's a nice experience of a track for sure. Yoshi Valley is a track unlike any other. It's a track with so many branching paths that even the game can't keep track of everyone's placements, or they're just trolling with us. Anyway, this track is basically a giant labyrinth. With so many paths to take, you could literally make every lap a different experience. And the giant Yoshi egg adds some atmosphere and Yoshi-ness to the track. Banshee Boardwalk is the spooky track of the game, and it does its job not too badly. The music of the track is cool and atmospheric, and I like the haunted house section with the countless number of bats flying towards you. The track is just a little dark and not too eye-pleasing on the outside, but it's still a fun track. Rainbow Road is obviously the game's concluding track, and it does not disappoint me. First, I'll bring the elephant in the room, which is that the track takes about 6 to 7 minutes to complete, which is obviously a flaw, but there's so much that redeems this track. The design of the Rainbow Road is good, the colors of the road look stunning, the music is absolutely beautiful and nostalgic, and the character silhouettes being lit up throughout the track is an amazing touch and fits well as this game's grand finale. Now for the ranking from worst to best. So a few things. For one, this ranking is just me going with my gut, and will probably be completely rearranged if you ask me tomorrow, because almost every track in this game is of fairly similar quality, They're all at least decent, so don't get too mad at my ranking. So, from worst to best, we have Mario Raceway, Banshee Boardwalk, Luigi Raceway, Moo Moo Farm, Sherbet Land, Frappe Snowland, Koopa Troopa Beach, Choco Mountain, Calamari Desert, DK's Jungle Parkway, Wario Stadium, Royal Raceway, Yoshi Valley, Toad's Turnpike, Bowser's Castle, and Rainbow Road. Now let's rank these cups with math. I added up all the rankings of the tracks in each cup and divided them by 4. The lower the average ranking, the better. So here we go. 4th place is the Mushroom Cup with an average of 11.25. 3rd place is the Flower Cup with an average of 9.75. 2nd place is the Special Cup with an average of 6.75. In 1st place is the Star Cup with an average of 6.25. So, that'll do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. Also, feel free to leave your own ranking of the tracks in Mario Kart 64. I'd love to see them. So, I'll see you guys next time.